Okay, welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be covering more insert mode stuff. So, without further ado, as we know, hitting escape exits insert mode, and then also control open square bracket, open bracket, does the same thing as escape. So if you didn't see that, control square bracket, the open part, does the same thing as escape. And it's just worth mentioning, for a lot of these bindings, there'll be two bindings, like the escape and the control bracket. The reason that is because VI, before Vim, was made to work with the older terminals, and they just have older control sequences that, just do that. So, next we have control C, which also acts as an escape. But the difference is a bit small from escape. So if I have an abbreviation, say I abbreviate YT to YouTube. So whenever I type YT space, it makes YouTube. If you do YT escape, it triggers the abbreviation. I don't know why there was a time delay there. If you do YT control open bracket, it does the same thing as escape. And if you do YT control C, it doesn't trigger the abbreviation. So that is the minor difference there. On the note of abbreviations, if you want to trigger an abbreviation without actually entering a space or any other key, just control close square bracket will just trigger the abbreviation without inserting any new characters. So there's that. We also have control A, which inserts the previously inserted text. So you can just keep spamming control A. Because I inserted YouTube and an enter, it's gonna put YouTube and an enter there. So we have that. If I can actually, let's just do this. Escape. So again, if I do control A, inserts the last inserted text. If we choose to do control shift at it, okay. I need to time this properly, sorry. So if I complete that trigger, and if I control shift at, right, it does the same thing as control A, but it stops the insert mode, if you saw that. So control A will just keep you in insert mode, whereas control at control 2 does the same thing. It's supposed to be, if you do control shift 2, or control at does the same thing. And when you control 2 triggered it. Okay, and then we also have if I enter insert mode, backspace, which does what backspace does, removes the character before the cursor. Control H does the same thing as backspace. And so if you ever remap control H or backspace in insert mode, it will affect both of them. The terminals, depends on your terminal, of course, but most terminals will interpret the key code as the same thing. So the same with escape and control open bracket. They interpret them as the same key. So keep that in mind. Next we have delete, which deletes the, if I can move, so delete key deletes the character under the cursor. And it doesn't go back, I guess. So that's what delete does. We also have control W, which deletes the word before the cursor. So in this case, and a word is defined by what a word is in Vim. So control W deletes the whole word there. If I can come here, shift A, control W, delete the word, you get it. Okay. We also have Control U, which, so say say there, actually I've got lines to work with here, what am I doing? Say I inserted some text, Control U sort of undoes the entire insert. It goes all the way to the beginning from where you started the insert, undoing everything you did before. Okay, but if you say insert, if I'm inserting stuff, Control U, it goes back to where I started inserting, undoing all my changes. If I Control U again, it just removes the entire line and just puts me in the beginning of the line. So yeah, Control U would just remove the whole line and leave me in insert mode. We also have tab, so if I tab, it inserts a tab character, an indent character. Control I does the same thing. This goes back to the terminals interpreting the keys as basically the same thing. If you remap Control I or tab, it will affect the other key. We also have Control T, which does the same thing, puts a tab. And this, as far as I know, is meant to be compatible with VI. So you have 3 ways of inserting tabs in insert mode. We also have Control D, right? So when I'm in insert mode, Control D, it essentially deletes one indent. So if I come here and if I do this, so now there's 2 indents there. If I'm in insert mode, Control D deletes one indent, and it deletes one indent at a time. So there's that. If you want to just delete the entire indentation and go all the way to the beginning of the line, you can do 0 Control D, and that will just pretty much remove the indentation on the line you're on. We also have a special case, which, so let's say I have some text here. Okay, if I do Control D, I need to be in insert mode. If I do Control D, right? Okay, I need to time this properly. If I'm at the end of the line, if I do Control D and then enter, it types text as you it types text normally, basically, as you would expect it to. That's what I was trying to say. If I do the normal 0 Control D, same thing. If I do caret Control D, it does the same thing as 0 Control D, but now on the next line it should have maintained the indent. Damn it. Why is it not indenting the line afterwards? So if I do this, apologies, I just want to see what's happening. Caret Control D, well, it's supposed to remove the indent here, and then on the next line I think I need to set indent. I need to set order indent. And then I think Control D. There we go. Sorry about that. You need to have order indent on for it to work like that. So caret Control D will remove the indent, but on the next line maintain the indent level. Okay. Next we have enter. So enter opens a new line as you would expect it to. We also, to mimic the same thing, can do Control M to put a caret return, and enter. So as you probably noticed in Vim, enter is represented by the CR, which means carriage return, and so there's carriage return. There's also new line, and then there's line feed. All of these are terms to express and enter a new line. The difference between them, I'll link this Stack Overflow. Essentially, it's just different byte representations of an enter character, basically. So for most purposes, it should not matter to you, but it's worth mentioning in this video at least. if anything. So we have enter, Control M does the same thing, Control J does the same thing, but it doesn't enter a carriage return. Control J enters a new line character, so different byte characters. Again, should not make a difference. I think most people use enter anyways, but yeah, there's enter, Control M, and then there's Control J. Yeah, I don't think there's any other, yeah, there's none others that do the same thing as enter, as far as I'm aware. And then we also have, if I enter insert mode over here, we have Control Y, which will insert the character that was above the cursor. So yeah, the character above my cursor at this point is O. So if I do Control Y, it inserts the character above the cursor. Same thing for Control E. The character below the cursor here has A, so if I do Control E in insert mode, it inserts an A. So there are those, I guess, obscure commands. I don't use those much. And then we also have, I think if I come here, Control X, okay, Control X, Control E. So if you hit Control X once, you can then hit Control E and Y to do normal scrolling. So Control E it scrolls you one line up, and Control Y scrolls you one line down, as normal Control E and Y would do you in normal mode. So if you want to do that but stay in insert mode, that's how you would do it. And if you did see when I hit Control X, it showed all of this nonsense here. I'll be covering the completion mode in its own separate video, and I'm intentionally leaving out a lot of the other insert commands for other videos because it would be a bit too much to cover them all in significant detail in one video. So I will see you in those videos. Bye bye.